Okay, here I am with today's ACEO art card painting of the day. And I just thought this was cute. A lot of yous might think it's lame, but I thought it was cute. I've seen so many pictures here for the last, month or two on Facebook and in newspapers and magazines about animals and photobombing what was supposed to be a real good picture. And I just thought it would be cute to do some fantasy creatures photobombing. So this first one is this little elf girl. See, she's laughing really hard because her pet dragon has photobombed her selfie. But I just thought it was cute. But that's the one for today. I've even actually got a couple more of these in my mind, and I've already got Alice being photobombed by the Cheshire Cat. I might work on it next. But I'm probably just going to stick to pinks and purples and blues for this picture. And of course, I'm just going to use the Daler Ronne Simply acrylics that's in these big tubes. I've got some smaller tubes, but I know they look the same. They're not the same color. It's off a little bit whenever I actually put it down on the canvas to what the light blue is in that little bitty tube compared to what the light blue is in the big tube. But anyway, I've already painted her flesh, as you can see, and that was just portrait pink. So I'm looking. I thought I had a bigger brush laying right here. Yeah, I'll probably just use this flat brush, the number 4, because it's right here, handy to where I'm sitting. So right now I'm just getting the Simply Acrylic Magenta. That's what color I'm going to paint her hair, bubblegum pink. And I'm just using, right now, I'm just going to lay down the base colors. Boy, that is bubblegum pink. I like that color though. Right now, I'm just laying down. Sorry, I never get texts and stuff like that, but one of my friends texted me. I'll text her back in a minute. Right now I'm just going to lay down the base color. That's the way I always do with my acrylics. I'm not sure yet what color I'm going to paint the background. And I'm sorry my stomach's growling. I ate though. what inspired me to do this the most, I can't remember where I saw it. I'm sure it was on Facebook. I don't know if it was an advertisement or like one of those things that's like the top 20 of this. But it was like, I think like the top 10 funniest photo bombs. And the one that inspired me to do this was a little sloth. I think those things are so cute. And it was actually hanging upside down and photobombed the picture, but I thought that was funny. Sorry, my stomach's growling. Ooh, I kind of like that bubblegum pink hair. I'm glad acrylic dries fast. Oops. And you know, I never, I know sometimes, it seems like the older I get, the slower I paint. But, I'm just going back in here real quick with the second layer since that feels dry in the darker parts. A lot of times I've heard of people using, you can get extenders and stuff like that for acrylic paint. I just, I don't like to use stuff like that, but you know, if you do, that's okay, and it'll extend it, you know, the drying time by quite a lot. I usually need it to dry pretty quick. Sometimes I also have a hair dryer pretty close in case I need to get a move on it. Ooh, that's a pretty pink. And I know a lot of my fans, I appreciate everybody's support and following me as much as you have on my Facebook page and Instagram and YouTube. I appreciate you folks, you know, following me. And I always look at when I have something new, and of course, you know, making purchases and stuff from my eBay and Etsy store. That means a lot, because a lot of times I create just to create, really not to sell it, but just because it makes me happy, and painting relaxes me. I think I'm going to do that. I want to see. This says purple, but that just looks like a darker pink to me. I'm going to use that color, and I might have to darken that up with black too to make it a little darker. I want there to be a definite contrast. I may just have to totally use a different color. Oh, that's a part of her hair too. So that right there, I'm gonna have to, I'll probably mix a little bit of that violet in there. I want a definite contrast right there. Over what I was saying a minute ago, I really appreciate, because the type of art that I do, I've gotten to where I just say it's whimsical and lighthearted. Some people prefer my realistic looking stuff, and I enjoy painting that sometimes too. Stuff that's not so cartoony looking. I just tend to focus more on my cartoony stuff because that's where my passion is. But like I said, oh yeah, I like that better. I like painting realistic stuff too. Realistic looking fairies, and it's actually, to be honest with you guys, it's harder to paint cartoons like this than it is to paint realistic stuff. I can paint realistic stuff like crazy, and I'm a whole lot faster at it too. It's I guess it's because I can kind of look at something, well, not fairies and mermaids of course, but I'm meaning like whales and hummingbirds and, you know, just wildlife and stuff like that. I can look at a picture and be like, oh yeah, that's, you know, easy, and I can whip that out real quick. It's a whole lot harder when you don't have something to look at, and I'm just kind of pulling this stuff out of my head. It's actually quite challenging. Right now I'm working on her shirt. Again, I'm just laying in the base coat. Yeah, it's a whole lot harder painting cartoons. I know it's hard to believe that, but it's true, or for me it is. But what I was going to say a minute ago, I am going to start, I've got actually 2 separate Etsy stores, and I'm going to start taking some other time out of my day and painting realistic stuff, you know, for those fans of mine who prefer that stuff instead of, you know, my cartoon stuff. Oh, that's going to be cute. And again, I'm just laying in the base colors. I'm going to use that light blue in the big tube for the dragon. I might even instead of fairies and stuff like that, doing some more photo bombs of like little cartoony people with like a cartoony looking, you know, real pet. Not fantasy, but still keep it, you know, in the cartoon fashion. I think that's cute. I laugh at my own stuff. And like I said, this is just the base coat. After I get the base coat laid down, I will, you know, then go back and start putting in the highlights and shadows and stuff like that. And as you can see, all art goes through an ugly stage. And then it'll just magically start coming together the more you start working on it. Okay, this video is already like way over 16 minutes, and so I think that's about the max. I still have a lot of base coat layering to do, and then I will show you the finished piece. Thanks for hanging around with me for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to, but if you don't want to, that's okay too. You're welcome at my channel anytime to watch my videos without subscribing, but if you subscribe, I sure would appreciate it. Thanks for all the support, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.